move to read, and we are going to be diagramming this word. What you will do first is pull all of your letters from your letter box for this word. So you might need to stop the YouTube, pull your letters, and then turn it back on. Then you're going to put your fingers on the two vowels, and you are going to push them away from each other. You have 3 consonants in the middle. You would notice that KN is one of our Renaissance consonant teams, and so they have to stay together. So now it's really like we only have 2 consonant sounds in the middle. So we're going to put 1 at the beginning, 1 at the end. Now my marker board isn't quite big enough, so I'm going to move them over just a little bit. So now I go to my next 2 vowels. If I did not notice that it was a vowel and then a consonant and then an E to kind of say in my head, oh, this is a silent E word, say I forgot that, I could still take my 2 vowels, spread them apart, and then I would have my 1 consonant, and remember, if it's 1 consonant, it most of the time goes to the end. And I would be looking at this word going, oh, this is an open syllable, so that would have to say his long sound, but wait a minute, I have an E here at the very end. It's a silent E word. So you do not divide silent E words. That was just if you kind of forgot about silent E word. So now we are going to start diagramming the first part of this word. There is a consonant after this vowel, and it is not an I or an O, because I and O rule says if there's 2 consonants after, it can say its name if it wants to, but nope, it isn't. So he is trapped. So that is what we call a closed syllable, which means the vowel is going to say either the short sound or the schwa sound. We're going to mark it that it says it's short sound because it is trapped. It cannot sing. And we are going to write the closed symbol underneath. Now I go to the second half of my word and I look and I go, K and N is some of the Renaissance letters, so they must stay together. I know by studying the KN Renaissance combination, I know that the N is going to be what talks because I have that memorized, so I put a star above that and I cross out my K. Now, if you were doing it on paper and not on a marker board with laminated letters, you would strike through that whole K because he's not talking. He's a silent guy, just like our E. Then I notice that it's a vowel and a consonant and an E. So I know no matter what, that's a silent E word. So I'm going to do my arrow that says, you say your name. And I'm going to mark the long vowel sign above the I. Then E is going to zip his lips because he is not talking anymore. And the word would be penknife. But that's how you diagram it. I did forget to put my little rectangle with an S-E, meaning silent E, because that's a silent E word. Okay, our next word is going to, well, I won't tell you what it is until after we diagram it. I want you to get out these letters out of your letter box. And this one is kind of a tricky guy. And I'm going to tell you what his trick is in just a minute. If you notice, we have two vowels together, but this is not a vowel team. It is not a vowel team where I keep those vowels together. It's a Renaissance combination. All our words on our diagramming this week are Renaissance words. In G and U, in our Renaissance letters, the G is the one that's talking. So we put, because we have that memorized, so we put a star above the G because he is doing the talking. And then we cross out the U because he is not doing the talking. This is leftover spelling from King and Queen Day. We are going to write above the G that he is saying a G sound, since G makes two different sounds. So he's talking, plus he is also saying his original sound, not his J sound. Then what you're going to do is look, do I have any more letters that go together? Well, L and D are a blend frequently, and we forgot to bracket our little G and U from Renaissance Day, so we just have our little I. Now we do have that I rule that says if I is followed by two consonants, it may say its name. Not always. So you need to kind of look, if you need to look online on a dictionary, you can look online if you need to. If you need to have the word pronounced, look for a dictionary that is going to let you pronounce it. This is one of those hard words. I've pulled it up. Oh, you can't see that. I've pulled it up on my phone, and I'm going to let you listen to how they pronounce it. Whoops.
Guild. Guild.
You don't hear very much of the G, but it is there, and it is a short I. He's a trapped I, so he can't sing unless he was to follow the I rule, which is two consonants. Then he could say his name, but he can't. I'll let you listen to it again.
Guild.
Okay, so you can always use the internet if you're in doubt on how to pronounce it. I will pronounce it in case it didn't come across on the video very clearly. It's guild. Guild. It again is a word that was used in King and Queen Day. That's where it originated at. And it had to do with like craftsmen and the group of craftsmen together, or merchants. And they formed their own groups, their different groups, and they had a lot of power back in Renaissance Day by grouping together.
So they originally got L?
Hold on. So I'll continue with other words in just a minute. I'm going to stop the recording, and then I'll pick it up in a minute.